Hey game makers! Welcome to DevLog 10 for Gaia's Melody Echoed Memories 2, but something I don't know. Fun stuff. I got a new monitor. It's a nice 27-inch monitor, 4K, and it means that I can see this text clearly, and that's great. I've mentioned in a video before that was dedicated to talking about this that I have an eye disease. That means seeing is hard. So this has actually been incredibly helpful for seeing text for all of the not game I've worked on this month. It also means I can actually see my face graphics now. Before I had to actually zoom in and do that, but now it's nice. I'm really happy about it. And the color quality on this, oh my gosh, there's just so much color, I can't even. And it has so many it's great. I love it. I'd highly recommend this monitor. I'm not a tech person, so I don't remember the code of the monitor. But anyway, that should make game design a lot easier and drawing and all that stuff. It'll be great. I'm so happy. So I love this monitor. So as far as actual game progress, I finally finished the Magic School, and I was kind of worried because I didn't want to spend this entire episode talking about the Magic School again because I've just did that for like 2 videos. So I'll condense it to the parts that are actually important. Everything's done. It's all voice acted. Well, with my thing, and let's see. So it's all done. It's all voice acted. I only have this map for the Cave of Experience. It's very many doodads. It does not have a lot going on. But as far as the scenes themselves go, I did a couple. Oh, okay. Before I talk about the actual scenes, I mentioned and you should know this by now. My game has INSs, which are insights, which are what was it, like 8s from FF9, and I'll just go through and show you just how many there are, okay? Just real fast. I can't do all of them because, some of the areas are blocked off, but, well, this is so big. So I have this actually set up as a 4K actual thing, like I have the resolution set, I have everything just scaled up and set to compatibility stuff. I don't know if this is going to play audio. No? Okay, great. I don't know why, also, on this monitor, I seem to get lag. Wow. Input lag from my keyboard and my mouse and not so much my tablet, but it's like there's a delay. Wow, my frames are tanking on this. It worked before! If I had to guess, I'm assuming it's lagging because it's, scaling it down from 4K. Well, hi. Wow, this is tanking hard. I might have to play around with the settings more. But I was also having it on here with this, where, yeah, the frames tank when the blur is active, which is something I had on my TV, my server computer. It's hooked up to a TV. But it's that computer, and I noticed so many more details on here. It's terrible. So INSs, okay? It's a nice hallway. Okay, I need to walk past you though, friend. Okay. I don't know, maybe I'll play around with the settings on my computer, or maybe a Windows update decided to kill my frame rate. So here's one, okay? And wow, why is this sounding so terribly? Well, going out of full screen help. Not that it should. So there's like that one, and then there's like 5 more. Oh, I want to say it's like 4 or 5 more. And that's just before you get into the plot ones, because there are actually, I think four plot INSs that are mandatory, or at least 2 or 3 of them are mandatory. So many INSs, and they're all voice acted too. I mean, they're short, mind you. Like, they aren't like the super most extensive thing in the world. But I feel like I'm even getting more load time. Maybe not though. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe my computer's just having an off day. I think I just have this muted, so that's why it's not playing anything. But so yeah, they're relatively short. Like, they're not the most cutscenes ever. There are so many of them. And they're all annoying to program because I've got to get the map and then I've got to teleport, and it was a pain in the butt, but that's nice. And that's not even including the amount of cutscenes that are actually for the plot, like the Sora ones and the ones with Locke. But oh my gosh, there's so many of them. But they're done and I never have to do them again, and that's good. That's good. In addition to all of the scenes, I actually did another animated... This is too loud. I need to do a thing with this. Okay, so there's a scene in the magic school where, this is sort of a trend with the game. Akira and Zephyr tend to meet up at night and hang out. It's wow, that is so laggy feeling. Where is it? It's in one of these, this one. Okay, so there's this scene here, okay? And Akira and Zephyr hang out, and things get a little, anime shoujo protagonist-like. That's all I'm gonna say on that. So I actually decided to animate this scene. It's just a short, like, minute-long scene or something like that. Because, a lot of, in the original game, a lot of the scenes were, they had sprite movement, and that's all fine and good. Except some of it didn't quite hit the mark, and this is one scene I felt really didn't hit the mark for what I wanted to go with. Essentially, they're talking about, Akira's ribbon, actually, and, in their, natural flirty way. Oh my god, this is so clear, I love it. And what I had intended for the scene is for Zephyr to check some magics with her ribbon, but for it to come off in a slightly more, romantic-esque way. And that was really hard to do with, like, 3 sprite changes, so this is animated, and it's actually really nice because I can, that's gonna break, hold on. I wonder if I can do this. You need to turn off because you and test break my game. I'm not sure if anything else breaks the game, but we can check. Actually, let's try this. Where is movies? Down here. Okay, these are the movies I have so far, by the way. Some of these are just from GM, the other one. But, oh, it's probably this one. Okay, so let's see if I can play this. I'll black out, no, but I have mail, turned off, don't I? Did I not turn that off? I'm pretty sure I turned that off. Well, whatever, it wants to be a jerk. Maybe I have a second copy or something, it wouldn't put it past me. No? Okay, well why isn't that working? Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll overlay the video, or snippets from it at the very least while I'm talking. So, in retrospect, I should have just done a picture for this in the original game, but I probably didn't even know how I would have drawn it. I wasn't as good, like, I didn't have as much experience with drawing, more, pose-centric drawings, I guess. So I wanted to do an animated cutscene for this, and a lot of the other cutscenes, and wow, this song is so loud, because it gives me a chance to do a lot more subtle movements, and a lot more, like, emphasis on certain aspects of it, I guess. So I can easily show what's going on. I can show the romantic atmosphere, I guess, and then ruin it by being all like, oh my god, Zephyr! Wait. Zephyr! My voice is so high right now! I can't do it. I can't do Akira's voice right now. Actually, funny thing, because I've been attempting to voice 13 characters and a bunch of extras just for my own amusement, because I've been having to lower my voice to, try and talk as, like, Zephyr or something to that effect. It's actually seemed to have lowered my voice a bit. At least, it makes it so I can emphasize a little more in a lower tone, but it's very difficult to go back up here. Right now, my voice just wants to go in, like, Annika and Nikki range. Mickey's just like, oh my god, like, oh gosh. What am I doing? I'm so hyper. I had Pocky before recording this. I don't know why you care, but I had Pocky. I haven't had Pocky since, like, high school. Anyway, so that's that, and that's actually the reason I'm animating some of the other things, just because I can put more emphasis on, certain aspects of the cutscene that I couldn't just with sprites. Because, like, animating sprites, okay, it's good, it's fine, and I get to do all this fun stuff, and it's adorable. But, it's a lot harder to show small movements with sprites. I know some people can do it really great. I actually remember seeing this, I feel like I'm talking so loud. This, it's like an RM game that's like a movie, and that's all it is. This sounds like such a Christmas song. Upbeat and cheery, okay. In any case, it was one of the coolest things, and I loved it, but I don't remember what it was, and I don't remember what it's about, because it was years ago that I saw it, I think. Anywho, something with the cutscenes, actually. Not that anyone cares, but I do. I want to talk about this. Okay, so I had the music in the cutscenes, and that's all fun and good. And I was originally planning to have it fade out when the cutscene plays. I think I still have a template for it here. Oh, yeah, I gotta get to that too. But I mean, if you want spoilers, you can feel free to read all the scrolling. So I had intended to fade out the background music and then play its own track so I could time it up better with the movie that plays and then replay it. But it didn't feel right. It didn't feel like it flowed right. So what I actually ended up doing is just playing the videos without music and using the game audio, which is fine, but it also means that if you go into the game and, you know, play the music, or play the video, because these, the movies, not that I encode my games, because why bother, but, you can just go and click them, and it's like, okay, well, you know, awkward, musicless sound effects, it's weird. Anywho, it's actually really interesting listening to, video clips without the background noise. It's interesting. You know, it's like watching a comedy sitcom without the laugh track. That's exactly what it feels like. It's just like dead air where nothing's really happening. Anyway, so something I added, and there's let's see, there's a part here in the original game, let's see, where is it? After this romantic night of absolutely nothing happening, because as Catchy nicely states later in the game, this game does not need an M rating. There's a cutscene that mentions what exactly happened, and, I'm not gonna go into it too much, because, you know, spoilers. I'm at that point where my spoilers matter a bit, but, I actually added a New Game Plus cutscene, and I'm not sure how I want to handle this yet. It's just a cute little scene. I wanted to put it in originally, but I was thinking either the scene was running long, or I didn't want to design another costume, because this is actually how you get one of the new costumes I wanted to put in, for Akira. And, there's actually two places you're gonna be able to get this scene, and I'm not really sure how I want to handle this. It's either this is going to be a New Game Plus cutscene, which is how I have it set up now, but I don't know if that's how I want to handle that. Because, I don't know. Let me know. Send me a message over on Twitter about what you think, because that's where I mainly check. I actually set up an email address for, feedback, but I don't remember exactly what it is at this moment. So, I'll probably post that in the next video, because I'm not gonna want to look it up while I'm editing. Anyway, so, okay, what I'm curious, do you like New Game Plus cutscenes? Do you like the idea of going through an entire game and then being like, oh, I unlocked extra content, time to replay the entire game? Like, I can understand if it's like a 20-hour game, because that's not the longest thing in the world, and you can always replay it at a later time. But this is a fairly long game, so I don't know how I feel about having New Game Plus cutscenes. Like, they aren't integral to the plot. They're pretty much just fluff, and to be fair, I only know of the one. I might actually have a secondary one written somewhere. I don't remember. But they're just like little fluffy cutscenes. It's not like anything super important. But I don't know if I'm gonna have that locked behind New Game Plus or not. At the moment, it is. Otherwise, it will just be normal, I guess. Like, it'll just happen normally. Because I can't think of any other, like, situation where you need to access this specifically. But I'm not sure. It might just be an extra thing. I don't know. I don't know how I want to handle it. But there are a few that I'm considering at the very least to do that kind of thing. And you would be able to get the costumes through normal gameplay. It'd just be it'd be in the first epilogue quest, around that kind of point in time where you'd, be able to get it. So another thing to talk about is, let's see, where is lower? This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna talk about this soon, probably in the second half, but we'll get to it. Upper, there we go. I can see better, can't find things. Actually, my microphone's, like, blocking this side. So, there's this character named Sora. She's adorable. Hi, Sora. Do you have a face? You have a face. Okay, so this is Sora. She doesn't have a lot of emotes, because she's not a super important character. But she's a bit more important in this game, because voice acting and character graphics, actually. So there's this character named Locke. Yep, this is what Locke has to say about that. So, I've talked about Locke in, like, 2 other videos now. I don't want to go over him, but he has this little club. And before, in the first game, they were kind of this club. They were based on characters from the same game Locke was from, but I don't know much about them, and I always felt kind of weird just using them like this. Because, I don't know, I just needed some characters, and I'm like, hey, I think I asked my brother, would your friend mind if I did this? And he's like, oh yeah, sure, that'd be fine, so I used them. But the thing is, because of the voice acting and character art, I didn't want to do that for all 3 of them, all 3 of these characters I barely know nothing about. Now, barely know nothing about what it was that was stupid, let's not do that. So, I actually ended up expanding Sora's role a bit. She pretty much takes over all the dialogue these characters would say. They do all have an intro line, but I didn't end up using them, so I might actually rewrite that a bit. But, so, at the very least, she got a little more character and expansion because of that. The other characters kind of got shafted, but they didn't really have much personality to begin with. At least, Sora sticks around for a while, can actually, you know, develop her a bit more, and that means I can probably use her later, since, you know, she has character art, I might as well, to be perfectly honest. So it was nice being able to actually do something with her, because she's cute. That's my explanation for all my characters. They're cute, I want them in my game. Also, I've got a little cameo up here for, a certain game that I did a Let's Play on. Well, I Let's Played the demo, and I actually played the rest of it through in my time as a beta tester sort of thing. And, I don't know if you're watching, or if you even know who I'm talking about, but you get a little cameo just because you had an Akira cameo in your game, and that made me go so squeaky, you have no idea. I love seeing cameos. Sometimes people will send me screenshots of like, the cameos in their games, and I'm like, I love you. Oh, I'm tired. Anyway, let's see. Oh yeah, so I mentioned back in probably devlog like 1 or 2, how I was going to, or how I was considering handling voicing and voice stuff. What is with this chant? Okay, I'm just gonna switch this, hold on. The underwater theme, which is apparently some nature song. Anyway, so, I mentioned how I was doing the scratch track, which was just me voicing things, because A, it's fun for me, it gives me voicing practice. I get to do funny voices with all my other characters. And, it's a lot easier for me. I know I've seen a couple people say it's extra work, and it is, but I know me, and I know I'm not going to want to put this stuff in later. 100%, I will not do it if I do not do it now. I know me. I will just scrap it, and I don't want to do that. So it's a lot easier for me to just put in this massive amount of voice clips now, and edit them later, and then preview them, instead of adding them all in, because this, I would like you to see just how many voice clips there are in just this couple hours of gameplay I have. What did I say, like 8 hours now? That's all the normal stuff, that's some sound effects, and then you got all of these. Just like to point that out. And then the battle sound effects, which are still, you know, not implemented, but they might get cut, I don't know. So, that is why we're doing that. Anyway, my point of this is, I was going to have 2 different tracks. My scratch track, which might be DLC, might come with it, I don't know, and the actual track, if, you know, I get around to it and find enough funds to do so. So, the way I'm thinking it's going to happen is, let's see here. So, the actual amount of sound effects I have in here that aren't voice clips are inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. Let's see, it's like, I'm gonna get rid of some of these, but maybe, hold on, okay, so let's go, like, about here. Okay, so this is about 14 megabytes. That's nothing compared to how big this game is actually going to be. So, what I'm going to do is the exact same thing I did with my test folder. Test... No? Is it named something else? Hold on. So I had Selyanifo a while back making up this plugin that I've mentioned before, picture folder, where I have a separate picture folder for the pictures that I'm actually using, and then the ones I'm using to select in the editor. This makes it so I can select you. Let's see. Let's do Sora, because why not? She's not a main character, but if she was, she's just the one that was on my mind. So it would have me select the actual character graphic. Meanwhile, in the test folder, which is the one that's selected, it would just have, you know, her little chopped out face, and it would have her costume without the face, so it would work, okay? It would just have the face, and then it layers and is good. And I'm going to actually use that test thing later to be able to disable the character graphics, because again, they take up the most amount of file space. There's really nothing else in there that would add files, so I can't have duplicates and it's not going to increase the file size all that much. I'm going to do the same thing with the voice clips, and if the switch is on and it's reading the second audio track, it's just going to read from the alternate folder. That's how I'm going to do it, I think. I don't have that written up in a script yet, but that's the plan. At the very least. Okay, so now we should talk about the Mode 7 Battle Arena, because it is awesome.